Hello, hello. I'm Ace Delusional. I'll be running all endings inbounds today for you all. I'm so excited to be here. I want to introduce you.
I'm Alexo High, or you can just call me Alex. I'm the sole commentator for this run. I will be your awesome commentator, your awesome single
Amore,
commentator.
Greek
having
Memories
fun
of
this
Azure.
time.
Ну, там будет Анимелио Дас,
So
кстати.
we'll get started. We'll explain more about the run. We have a little bit of an intro sequence.
Заспаунится. Нет, он Супербонг комментировал. Не, подожди,
And oh boy,
Супербонг
do they have
комментировал
stuff to
вроде
explain.
бы Сайфер.
And timing will start in a
Или
little bit.
нет?
We just have to skip the intro cutscene
Что-то
real
не
quick.
помню я. В общем, весь день почти сегодня будет Анимелио Дас. Или
Forever to load.
можно проще называть его Мел.
This game has just such short loading screens. It's great. Love the optimization.
А что вот сегодня интересно? Вот сегодня будет Ганвольт, это супер классно. Остальные игры я не знаю.
Timing will be
А,
in
Камика
3,
вроде бы
2,
я знаю.
1, go.
Знакомое что-то.
So the first thing you'll notice, well, first my screen is very bright because I need to be able
За
to
остальное
actually see the
ничего не
game
скажу. Может
and
там
not be pitch black half the time.
вообще
But
супер
also
крутые
our
раны
voice
будут.
volume is off.
А, у нас тем
and this
временем
will
начался ран.
basically cut off
Лол.
all of the dialogue-based cutscenes
Пока я
in the
смотрел
game,
расписание.
which
В
will save
общем,
like
да, вот у
7
нас
minutes over the course of the game.
Five Nights at Freddy's, вот это вот. Все дела. В общем, мы каким-то образом остались на
And the
этом
obligatory
аттракционе
cutscene.
жизни, так сказать, ночью.
Alright,
То есть
so
заработались
all
там
endings,
допоздна
there are 6 endings in the game,
и
and the goal is basically to get all 6 of
спрятались
them.
в
There
мишку
are
Фредди.
3 main
Вот, и
escape-like
он нас
endings,
пронес на
which
склад.
all require us
Там, где он заряжался.
to
Вот. И у него прервалась
trigger the
зарядка, и он
550
что-то поломался, в общем.
sequence, which is RUSC
И поэтому он не преследует нас, насколько я
And it's
понял.
located at the main entrance, the prize counter, and the loading docks. And I also need to collect 39 collectibles and get security
Ну,
level 6.
тут начало, конечно, не смотрите на то, что начало
And there's
такое.
also Princess Quest ending,
Тут по
which I need
минуту
to
ползем
play 3
по
arcade machines around the map in order.
вентиляции. И вот, первая же механика,
Half-Pen, which is a quote-unquote
с
boss
которой
fight,
мы
because really it's just
сталкиваемся,
push
это
the button
то, что у нас
and
лагают
push.
текстуры почему-то.
And
Вообще,
then Van
такого,
Ending,
наверное,
which
не
is
должно
also
быть.
just pushing a button
В общем,
and
первая
to hide
механика
out. So, yeah.
We
это
really
вот
like
такой вот
buttons in this
бэхоп,
game. We'll
грубо
find that
говоря.
out later.
Мы движемся с такой же скоростью, с которой бы и бежали, но при этом мы тратим стамину в 4 раза медленнее. То есть это супер полезно. Вот, игра, вы видите, подлагивает, это не проблема ГДК, это не проблема раннера, это проблема самой игры. У нас тут сейчас будет первый скип. Вот там нужно залезть на перилу и, ну, неплохо спрыгнули вниз. Теперь изменилось немного освещение. Бывает. В общем, о графике игры. Только что вы видели нормальную графику, которая должна была быть в игре. А сейчас у нас она очень высветлена. И я не знаю, конечно, там пресеты можно какие-то... Там есть гайды какие-то на пресеты. Не знаю конкретно, что тут делается, но игра вообще по графике жестко убивается. Сама по себе игра лагает. То есть транзиты между локациями сопровождаются очень жесткими лагами, и это вы можете увидеть чуть попозже. Раннер, скорее всего, будет останавливаться в этот момент. То есть нажимать на escape и просто ждать, чтобы прогрузить уровень. Потому что некоторые скипы могут не получиться из-за лага. Или вы можете застрять просто в текстуре в какой-то. Потому что она поздно
And
прогрузилось.
$5 from
Как-то
Anonymous.
так.
There is no comment, but thank you
Вот,
so,
мы
so
только что
much.
видели
Also, a
Ванессу.
$500 donation
Это
from
местная
Pine, no comment,
охранница.
but
Но она
thank
какая-то
you
с
so, so
приветом.
much.
Ну, знаете, эти охранницы с приветом. В общем, забегая вперед, она что-то переодевается в костюм зайца и бегает за вами с ножом или что-то типа того. Но
And they
это
are
не
very
точно.
dumbed down in the beginning with little no AI, so we can literally just run past them.
Тут у нас происходит такое немножко
Yeah, very
секция
smart AIs at
погони.
the very beginning of the game. It really does help
Тут
newer
пока что
players out.
все без какого-то
And the
рандома.
first
Все
intro,
стабильно,
chase
работает.
sequence, Monty is actually relative to your speed, so
Нас
you can
показывают
actually just
касцену с
walk
нормальным
this
освещением.
entire
Мы
segment and not take
возвращаемся
pod, which
в
is kind of
ненормальное
funny.
освещение.
Chase sequence.
Вот, у нас тут лаги сейчас были.
Wait for it. Wait
Кто мог
for it.
заметить?
Button.
Yay,
Да
but
все заметили, я думаю. В общем, первая концовка, на которую мы идем, это
so I showed him earlier. So the collectibles are in these things in the
убийство
wind-up music
Ванессы.
boxes
Ну это я осуждаю,
that do
конечно.
not
Ну,
affect
что
the
поделать.
game.
Такая
We need to collect
концовка.
39 total, which is about
Ходим, собираем
3/5 of
подарочки.
the
Нужно
total
вот
amount.
покрутить
There are required items,
вот эту вот
upgrades,
крутилочку, чтобы открыть
and
подарочек.
passes that are also in these wind-up music boxes,
Видимо,
but
сделано
they
это для того,
are
чтобы в
not
погоне
counted towards 39.
сказать,
here we'll do
достать,
Hopped again here. So this is the
доставить
fizzy
неудобства,
pass,
какие-то вот
which
напряжения,
basically
но тут погонь не будет
decreases the stamina
практически.
consumption.
Вот только что
So
сейчас
get
сделали
stuck for
такой
longer.
небольшой скип, завязанный на паркуре.
And now we're gonna save because this game is so
Тут
unpredictable.
на самом деле не все так просто работает.
We're actually gonna trigger
То есть
Chica
это
here
не просто надо нажать
because
кнопку,
it'll work better with the
и
cycle we're
прыгать.
going to take.
нажать
And I can
кнопку
explain a
именно
little bit more
вперед и
later.
прыгать, а нужно
But we will save more than actual runs just because
тайминг там
the
какой-то высчитывать.
autosave system
Ну не
is
высчитывать, а то
very
есть
bad.
нужно
And if I
двигаться
do mess up at a
непосредственно
part,
в
I won't
полете.
have to reset like
Ну и
50
выбирать
times.
позиции для прыжка нормально.
So this is the part where Chica is very unpredictable. I have no idea where she
Собираем всякие приколюшки, блин, игрушки. Все-таки у нас парк аттракционов, правильно?
and somehow did not see us.
Amazing
Немножко
AI,
доджим.
really, truly.
Встречу. И тут очень глупый, что касается вот этих ботов, которые с фонариками. Все, что вам нужно,
Maybe you can show them the
чтобы
table
задоджить, это не попадаться в упор под фонарик. То есть вы можете, он даже может на вас светить, но вы можете находиться чуть-чуть дальше, чем зона его агро, и тогда вообще все будет окей. Он на вас не стригерится. Возможно, тут, кстати... предикт был, я пропустил опять
As you
предикт.
can see right here, void floor, nothing to worry about.
Да ё-моё, ну ладно. Я придумал только что предикт. Что поделать? В общем, да, я придумал предикт о том, что поймает ли его хоть один бот в игре. Тут бэкхопа нету. То, что я назвал бэкхопом, просто нету другого описания этого мува. О, сейчас мы будем клипаться через горку. Нужно встать в одно место и просто прыгнуть и пойти в нужное направление. И нам тут нужно будет перепрыгнуть сейчас невидимую стену. Так, и вообще все идеально пока что складывается. Просто бэкхоп, как мне кажется, подразумевает под собой то, что ты набираешь скорость. Ну, то есть это Не какая-то вещь статичная.
Naughty
То
boy,
есть ты
naughty
ее
boy.
можешь
You've been
терять, можешь
naughty.
набирать, но у нее особо границы-то нету никакой. То есть все зависит от
So
твоего
in this
мувмента.
sequence,
А
we have to
тут
go
как
around the
бы
playpen
есть
and
предел
turn on the 5
скорости,
generators.
и ты его никак не
Punish
преодолеешь.
me, Moon Man.
Как в том же Outlast'е есть бухоп, но это
Why
не
are there
бухоп, на
generators in a
самом деле,
daycare?
тоже.
Because it can be.
Also, it's very funny. Moon can get just stuck on these chairs.
Ну,
Actually, the most recent
занимаемся
patch,
всякими
they just
казуальными
removed the
приколами.
chairs, so
Собираем тут
Moon
всякие
can't
вещи.
get
Что
stuck
вообще
there anymore.
происходит с цветом?
Gosh, that
Это
was so scary.
инверсия,
My
все,
heart is pounding. Wow, that was
все
a
вернулось.
terrifying
Ну
30
как
seconds.
хорошо. На самом деле,
And now we are
пресет
in the daycare.
графики, контрастности, там, яркости ужасный.
Another thing I
Ой,
forgot to
его
mention
поймали.
earlier,
А
this
его
is
должны
done
были разве
on
тут ловить?
the 1.04
А, да,
patch.
его должны были тут ловить.
There was a 1.05 patch back in January that
Правильно.
patched a lot of stuff.
Вот.
And
И у
there's
нас есть
another
вот
one
этот вот
about a month ago
Фредди
that patched
Мишка.
another ton of stuff.
Садимся в него
Like a lot, most of these glitches you'll see today can't be done on the current
и идем.
patch. And then you'll realize the night sequences on this game can be very glitchy. Moon can kill you while you're inside Freddy, and he can just spawn right on top of you.
Идем на
At
зарядку,
very fair.
получается. И такую катсцену смотрим. Сейчас тут
Here we're
пройдет у
introduced
нас
to Vanny,
Ванесса или кто? Да, это
the person in the
Ванесса.
game that has no AI, and we see like
Ну,
3
или
times in the
Ванни.
whole game.
Без
It's
разницы.
supposed to be the main character.
There is a skip for this cutscene. Because as you can see, it takes up like a lot of time. But for inbounds, because of sequence breaking, you need to be able to
Вроде
call Freddy right after
после
this,
этого мы особо не
and,
будем больше сидеть в Фредди.
This cutscene gives you the ability
Будем
to be
его
able to call
использовать
Freddy at will.
немножко в другом.
So if you missed that in inbounds, you're done
В другом смысле. Пока еще не
Right,
дошли.
here we're
Рано
actually
еще
with
говорить.
Freddy. So this is one of the main glitches that really breaks inbound.
Ну
runs
понятно,
is
что
the
освещение
door
такое в
framing.
игре, чтобы фонариком не
And
пользоваться,
now it's
но,
time for time travel.
конечно,
So
изображение
basically open
настолько
any door in the
гладкое
game.
в
A
плане
lot of the doors are
цветов,
locked behind a
тонов и
security
прочего,
level,
что
but we can just go inside Freddy
все
and
совмещается
Freddy
просто в одно
push
что-то
us past the
непонятное.
invisible barrier.
В общем, мы только что
We'll
вот
need this
использовали
drive
Фредди для того, чтобы
for
он открыл нам
one
дверь.
instant sequence.
То есть, насколько я
Surprise to a lot of
понимаю,
helpless
в
later.
игре нужны какие-то ключи там доступа.
And even though Freddy can open the door, they are still an
А
invisible
Фредди
barrier
может
blocking
открывать
us, that's
двери.
why we
Если
have to
сесть в
deal with
Фредди
Freddy.
и выйти
And
при этом
now,
в дверь, то есть
here's
встать
the music.
максимально
I'll
в
get
дверь и
you all
выйти,
used to
то
this
ты
music,
можешь
'cause
пройти
you'll hear
дальше.
it about 20 more times in
Вот
this run.
такие
It's a glorified loading
абузы
screen.
происходят. Вот еще, ну это еще не все. Вообще в док-файле
We love the elevators.
писалось. Раннер еще писал по поводу того, что для марафона что-то там
Here
изменилось
is Mapbot.
в рауте. Там
Everyone's
что-то
favorite character,
поменял, он что-то убрал,
and I
непонятно.
failed
Но
to
я
skip,
так и не
so you can
выкупил.
actually skip that little jump.
Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
How dare you?
Вот этого не должно было быть. Он запорол стратку.
So there's a
Вот, ну,
there's a big thing
делай
called wedge jumps in this
дальше
game.
скипы
Where you
на
can just jump
геометрии.
into like an acute angle, just spam jump, and you can just climb up the wall. So use that to climb over the
Он не
fence,
должен
get
был
past
мап
the
бот
barriers.
ловить.
The game uses those
Что-то не
barriers
так,
a lot
значит,
in the, like,
произошло.
first half to really lead the
Вот он
player on
доходит до
where to
двери,
go
вызывает
casually.
Фредди. И все окей.
Past there. Now we're going to probably one of the most broken parts of the run called Princess
Фредди,
Quest
да,
1,
используют
which
как
is the
вещь,
first
но
arc
Фредди
in
и
the
есть
Oh,
вещь.
no.
And this part basically kills at least half my runs because it is a major crash point. So we need to pray that it doesn't
Боты
crash.
просто под нами ездят и не видят нас.
Okay, everyone,
Это,
hold your
конечно,
breath
да,
right now.
прикольно.
Hold it. Princess Quest is the bane of everyone's existence. Like, you have no idea. When he says
Ну,
major
Фредди
crash point,
подошел.
he means the majority of the time when you click the arcade machine, the entire game crashes just instantly.
And luckily we found, I went to the thing to trigger 2 a.m. You saw in the
А,
right
тут не
hand,
надо
top
уже.
right hand corner, that actually slightly reduces the rate of crashes, which I'm not exactly sure why, it's just something in the game.
300к, ничего себе.
Here we go.
Кругленькая сумма. И вот тут у нас такой небольшой переход
We're
в
just gonna light
какую-то
about
инди-игру.
20 torches.
Переход из инди-игры
We
в
don't have
инди-игру.
any
Прикиньте.
melee weapons in this game, so we just have to avoid
Нам
everything.
нужно тут
This is the lore. This is the game's lore. You think this game had lore? This is the lore.
пройти
You're a tiny
локацию,
yellow girl and
зажечь
there are
факел и
face-eating
все.
monsters. And it has absolutely nothing to do with anything
Но
else, but
не
you know
везде
what?
надо
It's kind of
зажигать.
cool.
Не знаю, с чем это связано. Тут ну просто надо в конец дойти.
We probably have a few donation time while I finish this up.
Wonderful. I have $15 from Anonymous that says, shout-outs to the animatronic with the screaming man inside. Thank you so much. I have $13 from V-Rifty. Good luck, Ace. All of us are cheering you
Тут дали
on.
какой-то
$50
теневой
from Jetboy the Mage,
ключ.
Horror Block, Best Block. $5 from Fairy Baby, Freddy. You're supposed to be on lockdown. But
И...
Vanessa,
А,
you need
и
to watch
просто
SGDQ.
приходим к
Thank you so much for your donations. And $50 from
страшилке.
Fifth the Moose. Way to go, superstar.
Еще
You could do
это
it.
не первый раз, когда мы будем в игру заходить.
The lore, it's the
Ну, вот в
lore,
эту игру,
guys.
именно в 2D-шную. Будет еще один раз.
Let's hear it for the lore.
А может
Let's hear
даже
it
и
for the
два. Ну,
lore.
один точно будет.
We will get pizza later in the game. And also, let's hear it for no crashing. Very surprised. So there we got the shoe upgrade. Is
Подняли
basically a
себе
speed
парочку
upgrade, so you can
крутых
just
ботинков.
much faster.
Магнитик.
And more collecting time.
So the reason why he's collecting all these collectibles is because, I kid you not, one of the escape endings is to escape through a fire escape that's locked behind a paywall of 39 collectibles. Why? Because security breach.
Well, it is the prize counter. The prize counter is very exclusive.
Опять обузим Фредди.
So we're
physics.
Ой,
heading
тут немножко
to
этот.
our Freddy
А,
escape
нет, кстати, мы
room.
все равно клипнулись.
For some reason, he cannot open it.
Хорошо. Или не очень, пока непонятно.
Freddy.
Let's hear it for the programming.
There you are.
There he is.
О-оу. Не, все окей.
So we're heading to our first ending very early on into the run because we can skip all of the requirements required for it.
Все отлично.
You guys like
Еще
buttons?
тут
You're
есть
about to get buttons.
такая штука, как диспаун врагов.
So
То
I call
есть
Freddy up there just so he's there when we exit.
некоторых врагов, я не помню, Ване или не
And
Ване,
luckily, when we save, it's actually
можно
saves for a
диспаунить,
location, so
посмотрев
even though we use
назад.
Freddy in this next part, when I reload the save, he'll be
То есть
right
ты
there.
заходишь в локацию в какую-то определенную, смотришь назад, и он появляется сзади, но не появляется спереди. Не знаю,
So,
будет ли это
to get
где-то тут
into
использовано.
the Afton boss fight,
Ну, посмотрим.
these are the Monty claw doors that you usually need
Вот
to
это спрыг, конечно.
decommission Monty to upgrade him with his claws, and that can basically break
Мы немножко клипнулись
doors.
через
And there's just, you can just call Freddy on the other side, and there's just a sliver of
решетку, и тут
land.
сейчас будет нереальный буст. Смотрите, смотрите.
Now, here
Так,
is
ноги
one of
ставим как на
another
видео,
broken glitch in the game called Freddy Whip,
выходим,
I just wanna show you guys.
а потом опять
So
заходим.
usually we need to get past the voice box gate, which is the same thing as the Monty but with Chica.
Сетап тут.
And that did not work. Try again.
И не вышло пока что. Как-то не так, видимо, стоит у нас Мишка.
And we just teleport with Freddy to the other side of the voice box gate. So,
Security breach moment.
saw that-
Guys, it's a button. It's an elevator.
И все получилось. Отлично.
So, Freddy warping is a very confusing trick. So there are two types, which that is called the quantum Freddy warp. So quantum Freddy is what is happening right now. When you call Freddy
вот
in a
такие
place that he
колдунства.
cannot reach, he just goes crazy and just teleports everywhere
Hence,
until you call him
this.
again.
Oh,
So this is quantum Freddy. And
I
he will
stand
just
Quantum
keep
Freddy.
on following us, so we can abuse that and basically warp with Freddy.
he's a little quirky sometimes. It's okay.
Двери с ума сходят.
And
Мы
basically
потихоньку
we call
приближаемся
Freddy and he's right
к
next to us when he's in a
так
place
называемому
that
босс-файту, если это так
he
можно
can't-
назвать.
where he can't reach, and he just teleports us away. And there's another type of
Но
Freddy warp that you will see later, so
удачность
we'll explain
босс-файта
that when we
будет
get there.
зависеть от РНГ.
And this is the start of the Afton boss fight.
It's lore time again.
It is also RNG time.
Oh boy.
Вот у нас арена с
The
боссом.
only RNG point of this run.
So, the story behind this lore, this deep lore.
Сейчас
Your
нам
grandpa's been
рассказывают
stuck in there for like
катсценю.
30 years, and he's kind of gross, kind of like grizzly in between the teeth. We call him Peepaw Willie affectionately. So he's a little angry right now, and we gotta press buttons to get him to calm down and go to bed forever.
So Afton basically takes control of the monitors, and he can just
В
control
общем,
Freddy
Фредди
with his
поплохело.
mind-boggling powers. So there are 3 monitors. The first one is always in the middle. We just basically push the button.
Но не суть. Мы все равно будем его обузить.
We light Grandpa on fire a little bit, it's okay.
И сжигаем.
And there are
Зайчика.
3 total monitors. We want him to stay in the middle because each time he
Ставим
goes to the
Фредди.
left or right monitor, it will add an additional
И тебе нужно
25,
мониторить
29 seconds.
за тем, где
Because it
находится
takes-
зайчик.
because 30 seconds between each button press. Each time he goes to the left or right, it adds that time because the 30 seconds doesn't start till he gets back to the middle. So we want him to stay like that the whole time.
В какую же сторону он идет?
And the funny thing with this fight,
А, пока
is
сожгли его
is
еще раз.
we can usually to lead Roxy away in this
О,
boss
всё,
fight,
идет.
Chica's voice box, and I'll make a sound with Freddy, and I'll lead her away. But if we just have Freddy blocking the doorway, Roxy is just stuck there.
Fredor,
Хорошо.
not awkward at all.
So yeah, we can do donations for the rest of this fight because there's nothing going on.
All right, I have $20 from
И
Aaron that says
сжигаем
for the
зайчиков.
buttons. Thank you so much for your donation. I agree, for the buttons. I have for the buttons, yeah. I have $50 from Gregor Monkey. Chat, you are so cute. Cute chat, ay. 300k get.
Ну, в общем, весь босс-файт.
$1,000, everyone. Let's hear it
Просто
for
будем
that.
стоять и на разных мониторах нажимать кнопки,
Incentive
чтобы
goes
сжигать
to
зайчиков.
host's choice, which of course my choice is the Omori name for
Боже,
Omori.
зайчик ушел
Thank you very
на другой
much.
монитор.
I have
Теперь мы тоже переходим.
$765
И ждем
from
его.
AJN Rules. Let's get to 300,000. Thank you so much for helping us get there. We did hit that goal. Yeah. There's never too much cheering for raising money. Thank you all so much. $150 from Creature. More
Возвращается
GDQ
обратно.
hype.
И
Thank you so much for your donation. We have time for some more?
Oh yes, we're about halfway done.
Oh,
All
Ждёт
right,
своей
I've got
участи.
you. I have $25 from Anonymous. I just wanted to donate and say how exciting it is to be back in person with everyone. It's so hard for me to hold back tears of joy from all the positive energy you are all providing. And it's showing on stream as well. Your applause,
Честно говоря, не знаю, как
gasps,
казуально
laughter,
проходится
greeting, and
эта
taking care of your fellow
локация,
speedrunners make this event extremely
босс-файт.
special to this old person's heart. Don't stop being awesome, everyone. Less than 3. Well, that was really sweet. Thank you so much.
you guys
Но
are killing it with the donations. Thank
в
you.
спидранерском виде это, конечно, выглядит забавно.
Roxy's a little broken there, that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. She's probably okay.
She's having a grand time.
Speaking of Roxy, I have $30 from Beach Fox donating to a great cause and to also see my girl Roxanne Wolf tonight. Just like her, you're all the best. No, you're the best.
No, you're the best.
Так, он идет
No, you're the best.
в эту часть.
Roxy is definitely a fan favorite in the community.
She's pretty good.
You wouldn't know it. She's okay though.
Who's everyone else's
She's a little
favorite?
beat up.
Who's everyone else's favorite animatronic?
Я не знаю, сколько раз надо сжечь его.
We still have 2 more button presses.
Возможно, сейчас будет последний или предпоследний раз.
Peepaw's a little slow sometimes. It's okay. We
Надо
love him
послушать,
anyway.
что Райнер
That's
говорит,
okay.
наверное.
People's trying his best. Oh, we have $20 from Dan, the man. So hyped to see SB in a GDQ. The community around running this game has been awesome. Good luck with Peepaw Afton, Ace. Thank you so much. Very topical.
Peepaw's a little confused, I think.
Peepaw's doing his best. And I have $25 from Sammy P. I don't like to play scary games, but I love watching them. Picked a good night to not be able to sleep. You did pick a good night, and you will continue not to be able to sleep, because these are spooky game blocks.
Honestly, the scary thing about this
Так.
game is the glitches.
Все еще жив
Wait, it's not Peepaw?
аниматроник.
Peepaw's,
It's not our friend, the sun and the moon? He has a friend, right?
Yeah.
A friend, right?
know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If we're talking about Sun, he's a friend, but I don't know about Moon.
I mean, they both seem like nice gentlemen.
I think Peepaw's kind of scrunkly. Who else agrees? Thank you. Thank
Give
you.
it up for Scruggly Peepaw.
Also, Roxy got very mad and she ran away. And that is the end of the first ending.
Убежала анимешка.
Woo,
Ну
we did
все,
it. Wow. One frame of the cutscene. That's okay. We don't need a lore.
Yeah, we don't need to watch that.
конец. Первая концовка получена.
Okay, now we're going back to that save we created in Roxy Wasteway.
Вот, теперь загружаемся на другой сейф. Я так и не выяснил, что это за другой сейф, так что просто загружаемся на другой сейф. Просто поверьте мне. О, вау, что?
Like I said, that deloads.
Я
the
такого
map,
не
but I
видел.
don't go through anything, so that like counts for an inmate.
Что это за лаунч?
So now we are going over here to the early Roxy cutscene. So usually to decommission Roxy, you
Dance
need to
pass берем.
grab the dance pass, which I just did.
Теперь
and
нам
the
нужно
game instead,
встретиться.
Go to the DJ Music Man fight, do that, come back, and trigger the cutscene. But you
кем
just
же нам
jump
нужно
on to
встретиться?
the racetrack, and there's just a cutscene trigger.
Who needs to play the game, right?
We actually need to get this early on because, like I said earlier, there are 3 endings locked behind upgrading Freddy with Roxy's eyes.
Roxy smack him.
Вот, короче, с ней нам нужно
like this,
встретиться
come on.
и забрать у нее глаза. В
Even though
общем-то.
Roxy-
He's okay.
even though Roxy's
Ничего
my
необычного в
favorite,
мире
she
ФНАФа,
is the
но...
He's
only
okay.
animatronic that we destroyed in this run. Well, besides Afton.
She's fine. Look at her. She's okay. A little sleepy.
And this is probably one of the most glitchy fights. Her AI can just break. If you
Oh.
hit a distraction here, she will just completely freak out and just not work. I need to press the button.
Ну, игра сама по себе, да, такая, типа, все части такие
Also, this is another
полукринжовые на
reason
самом
why we
деле.
have the
Тут у
brightness
нас
all the way
такой
up,
сегмент,
so
нам
I
нужно
cannot see
шуметь,
the fight at all.
чтобы анимешка на нас прибежала. И он на нас... А вот, все, хорошо. Что-то жестко ее скриптами
Here's the only
примагнитило,
time we need to
честно
use the
говоря.
screwdriver to open that.
Yay for the screwdriver! Woo!
And that is the Roxy boss fight in all its glory. And
Roxy's fine.
as you saw at the end, it triggered a 5.
То есть изначально серия ФНАФа
Time traveling.
Себя представляла чисто скримеры для детей.
One of the more confusing parts of the run to explain.
Это
See, the
сейчас
real lore of this game is the time traveling. You thought it was
что-то
about
такое
animatronics
интересное, уже
chasing
какой-то
down a
более-менее
kid
геймплей
and Pete
появился.
Clafton. No, it's time travel. This sadistic, murdering kid goes and destroys these 3 animatronics and
Ну,
time
в основном,
travels to
да.
do it. That's the lore. That's the lore we're here for.
And we can just run past these animatronics because RUSC AI is just broken.
Нас
She's
прямо,
just
если
chilling
что,
down in the basement still.
посветили фонарем, бот, но он
Just
нас не
chilling in the
увидел.
fiery basement. It's okay.
Классно.
okay.
Вообще, АИ вообще работает
So
в игре очень
earlier we
круто.
put Freddy on this railing, so he's still chilling up there, so we can just enter him from down here. Usually you need either
Вот,
the
немножко
Chica voice
сквозь
box or his claws to, like, enter that
палетки
area, so
какие-то, или
it
что
is
это
that
было?
we skipped.
Клипнулись? Чуть-чуть буквально. На самом деле, раннер еще игру вроде
Okay, so
ни
now
разу не
Freddy's all
паузил.
prepping and traveling to go. We're gonna upgrade Freddy next, so we do have some more time for donations.
Так, пошли.
Wonderful. I have
Обузы,
$25
обузы
from
медведя.
Impact Zach that says donation jump scare. Thank you so much for your donation. I was very scared. I have $10 from Izzy Cat that says the lore.
Прям в упор проходим мобов.
The lore is so good. $10 from JB Henry. Happy to leave a
Это
$10
да.
donation. And to wish our host Nicole Goodnight a happy birthday. I hope it involves you driving around in your favorite car. Thank you so much. It involves me hosting, and that is one of my favorite things to do. So thank you so much.
This is for you, Nicole.
Thank you. We got it net for me. I appreciate it. And more GDQ. I have $5 from preferred name alias, pilot mode engaged, Titan Freddy ready to bear. Thank you so much for your donation.
And also another funny thing, so in some areas besides elevators to have loading zones, they just have big
Так,
Z rooms
пошел
that
пошел
you
какой-то
just jump
паркур.
back and forth, so we can just completely skip that. In this
О,
one,
еще хорошо, кстати.
now, 'cause we
That's
skipped
why
that.
they're the...
Можно упасть. Неплохо. И вот у
You don't
нас
need to talk about
немножко
going around, it's
локации
okay.
не догрузились. Так сказать,
And
пришлось
also,
немножко
Freddy's
постоять на
calling
месте.
is also very broken in some spots. Anywhere else in this room, and he will just teleport downstairs, even though we called him up here.
У нас
But
сейчас
luckily, in that
будет
corner,
концовка
looking
с,
at a specific spot, he will always spawn upstairs.
с побегом
That used
из
to be a real
вот
run
этого
killer,
парка.
because the way that Freddy's call, when you call Freddy, he will basically go to your exact position, and unless he gets stuck somewhere, is when he'll teleport to try to reach your location again. But when he teleports downstairs, he just keeps running in a big circle, thus never teleporting away from that area.
Я, к сожалению, не слышу, о чем вы говорите, но... Скиньте клип.
And we're about to head down to parts and services where we will upgrade Freddy and introduce you to one of the
А кто ридер, я
What are we
даже что-то
upgrading him
не
with?
вижу.
Roxy's eyes.
And more buttons. Different buttons this time. They're colored buttons.
Oh my goodness, be still my heart.
They're circular buttons.
Так я не
too.
донатер,
This is amazing.
да и не читающий донаты.
4 different colors.
Stop, I can't handle this.
Я тут вообще так
Everyone
сижу,
give it up
балдею,
for the
я уже
glorified
лежу,
loading
я
screen.
вообще лежу. Реально.
Don't cheer for that.
Ложитесь все, ложитесь все рядом.
Here
Полежим.
for that. So one more collectible and then we'll go upgrade Freddy.
And now we get to play Simon Says. We gotta do surgery on a Freddy. So Freddy's a little sick, guys.
О, сейчас
Uh,
будет
he
вообще...
needs
Я
fixing.
когда это видел первый раз, я
You're gonna see another
немножко не
skip
понял,
here,
конечно.
just after Ace
Как
completes
ориентироваться?
this,
Ну,
little
смотрите,
section
сейчас
here.
будут
It's called
мини-игры,
Circuit Breaker. So usually
и
you have to do that whole Simon Says
раннер
sequence,
будет очень
and
жестко
then do it all over
перекликивать
again,
эти игры.
when reattaching the eyes right here. But instead of doing the whole thing again, there you go.
Yeah, we do that by when we put it back in the eyes, we basically just double click.
Что? А где? А где
That
мини-игры-то?
somehow we're able to skip the
А
second
куда они
cycle,
пропали?
second cycle.
Why does it work? Because security breach.
Он в Very так
Also,
накликивал
controller
жестко,
players
что я
cannot
ж думал,
perform
я с ума
glitch,
сойду
so
посмотреть на это.
sorry, PlayStation.
Sorry guys, not
But
really.
PC
PC is better. I heard some angry yells back there. It's okay guys, you can admit it.
No, so we can press the buttons right
Тут еще и
after
комбинации,
we
кстати,
right
разные.
after it shows. We
Чё?
don't have to like wait for the whole sequence to start or finish before we press the buttons. And also, this is where time travel will play a huge effect. So we need to trigger a later thing because Moon, at the end of every hour, Moon will spawn and you usually need to go to recharge station and that triggers like the next hour. 5:50, or when you skip a Moon sequence, so if I was at 2 a.m. and I did this 5:50, that skipped 2 Moon sequences, it's the previous Moon would just insta-kill me right when the nighttime started. So luckily by 5:40 triggered at the end of the RUSC fight, we're able to not have to deal with the insta-death.
Moon is the time travel police. There was one instance of him going into a completely new game to hunt down the
Так,
person who
сейчас у
dared
нас,
oppose him.
по идее, идет
It's
квест.
interesting.
Мы идем на квест.
So usually in the sequence is when casually you just go to
Princess
the ending
Quest
of your
2,
choice.
вторая часть.
So you can see in the top right that's counting each minute. But we're actually going to do our show
Нам
time
нужна
feedback,
security карта, я так понимаю.
which is something we usually do at like 2 a.m. in the game.
Guys, it's button time. It's really button time. And now we mash E. E.
Yeah, so we're leading injured Freddy. So usually Freddy is injured.
Button
in
time.
this place,
Жмякайте
trying to
все
help
свои
us
кнопки на
escape, and
клавиатуре.
we're opening doors for him. But we can just press any
Поддержим
button
спидранера
in this
Button
room.
time.
There's 6 total. So all we'd have to do is spam one button.
And
until
it
he gets
only
here.
works with voice volume off, for whatever reason. You can E harder than that.
E.
So there's also a weird state in this game that we're actually, Freddy just got here, we're gonna make him open up this vent. So actually,
Ой.
the marathon setting,
Еще
we're
она
actually
сейчас
just
заберет
gonna wait
Фредди.
until 5:55 pops up. So when we get a mission completed status, so usually in the night sequences, the save stations
Что-то я не
are
понимаю, что сейчас
inactive.
происходит.
But for
Погодите.
some reason, when you complete a mission, they become
Он должен был уже
active
давно
again.
упасть вниз.
But when another minute passes through this sequence, so if 5:55 happened, then the save stations will automatically like disable again. So we reload the save.
А
and
он,
it will just
видимо,
be daytime now.
сейчас рассказывает о том, что последовательность, чтобы не прерывать.
Yay,
Oh, that's a
daytime.
short loading screen. And now we have loading hallway.
Как-то странно
Yeah,
это,
so you can
конечно,
see,
ладно.
Freddy's injured right now, and that is bad for us. But we have another security breach moment coming up, and that is called Princess Quest 2.
Ресурс пробел. Вот
Don't worry,
в
this
ранее
one's not
Outlast
crash.
ресурс
It's only
пробела,
Princess
это
Quest
да,
1.
это важно.
Nobody knows why, no one's figured out why, and we probably never will. Princess Quest 2 and 3
Ну,
are
вообще
fun,
тут,
though.
да, конечно,
And by just going
в
into
хоп,
this
если
arcade
вот так,
machine,
опять же, можно
Freddy
назвать
just
во
fixed
FNAF,
itself,
это
just got repaired while we're
тоже
busy
интересная
playing the
механика.
arcade, but
Тебе
we will
не
never
нужно
know.
бежать и
But
типа и
before we
прыгать,
do that, we're actually going to get our
а тебе
second
нужно
the escape ending.
в полете
This one
отжимать
of the 3 main escape endings, this
shift.
one only requires that there's map again.
То есть это такая пианино
It's okay.
немножко.
This one only
Его
requires
опять
RUSC
мап-карта
values, it does not have
поймала.
any other requirements, so we're just gonna quickly
Много раз его ловили в ране.
after some more
Glorified loading
elevator
screen.
music. And also, when you trigger some things, you'll see the dialogue pop up. That's for when you usually escape the Pizzaplex. for some reason when you trigger stuff that the next triggers just stay there through the rest of the game.
Oh, that floor. That's why there's a flash warning, guys.
So even though it's closed, you can actually still escape.
Yeah,
This-
we don't need doors.
So there's an autosave that actually happens right there, right when
Так, и
you trigger
мы
the
сейчас
cutscene.
движемся
When you
куда?
load the
А, мы,
autosave,
кстати,
that just
идем не,
skips the whole
не
dialogue with
концовки
Freddy.
Лива, а мы идем к концовке Ванни.
As it loads, we
А я
can
не
just
помню, что в
leave,
концовке Ванни.
and there's escape ending. That-
Ah, boring ending. Don't clap. Don't clap.
Chat, what was that? What are y'all doing?
Did you just call them chat?
I did. No, don't. there-
Also, look at this beautiful
Listen.
atrium.
Ой, как же лагает.
Next.
Еще освещение
Button
туда-сюда
to get
брыгается. Сложно понять, что происходит.
And as you can hear, our volume is kind of messed up right now. It's very quiet. That's just another security breach moment we got. So it just sounds very echoey. And
I hope you guys like elevators.
Сколько на
If you like them
таймере?
yet,
40
I-
минут уже.
Yay, elevator. Woohoo. One guy in the back. I'm with you.
Ну,
so we're actually
скажем
to
так,
reload the save
не
again,
очень быстро.
because Monty is in a weird state right now when we did the backstage showtime sequence, and he's classified as Giga Monty right now. Because the moment once we trigger that sequence, will just infinitely chase you. So if he spotted us, he would just infinitely chase us until no end. So we want to get that collectible, so we despawn. By reloading this area, it just despawns the animatronics.
Gigamonti was a term coined by a humble Poppy Playtime speedrunner. You probably don't know him.
And there's Chica's wonderful AI by teleporting to us 5
Ну,
minutes after
в
the
тайминг-то он,
cutscene.
конечно, уложится. Вот насчет предикта... Сколько там?
That sound, by the way, is Chica teleporting. If you don't look at her, for whatever reason,
Час
she just
11...
decides not
А
to
что за
walk.
время? 1 час,
Most of the time
11
she
минут,
just
19
teleports
секунд. Это
because she
это
can.
что за прикол?
Here's our beautiful Princess Quest 2.
Overtime.
А, погоди, это
This
так
one, we finally
предикты
have a sword
работают
this game,
теперь?
and we're gonna go for a
А
yellow
как это
strat the
вообще?
first time,
Жесть, я первый раз такое
because
вижу.
there are these enemies that shoot these white orbs, but no matter like once we trigger them, no matter where we are on the map, they will continually shoot at us. So we'll kill some of them, but the rest will leave alive, and we'll just have to dodge all of the orbs.
У нас вторая игра.
And we can light more torches, because that's Princess Quest, just lighting torches.
И тут немножко посложнее, немножко по ХП. Выживать. Ну, нормально. Ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой-ой.
This stresses me out so much.
That's probably the most scary room.
Guys, this is so scary. It's almost like it's a horror game.
Ну,
And here
4
it also
сердца это
introduces
много
us
даже.
to our shadow
Тут
self.
берется одно
So the
сердце
red
из
flames just
сундука.
introduced that. We
Я
have
не,
to
я не особо понимаю,
trigger
зачем его брать.
the yellow torches while the shadow form triggers the blue one. That introduces like some interesting puzzles, especially in the third Princess
Потому
Quest.
что по пути
Or
выпадают
the later in
сердца.
the second Princess Quest, I should say. So in this room we have a little bit of different strat. Usually we light all these torches
Как-то
in
это,
a
в
room,
общем,
opens up
странно.
at the bottom, and that leads us back to the respawn room. But we just go in a circle, a big circle, and we just go back. This is a couple of seconds, despite going the regular way.
Тут немножко такие головоломки.
Let's see if I can get this.
С отражением.
So if swing your sword at the same time
Или
you
тень,
enter
как это
that, you
правильно
can actually
назвать?
walk in this final room. It's just a funny thing. That's the start of the Princess Quest 3.
Lore, lore.
So yeah. So while we were in that arcade machine, Freddy decided to just go fix itself. So Freddy is now up and running again.
Так, и чё, идем к
Very useful.
концовочке.
And
Идем.
also, I have some bad news for everyone, but we will not be doing the DJ music.
Вообще он опаздывает
It is
минут
everyone's favorite fight, but it is
на
so
5,
slow.
наверное. Это
So
такой
it's too good
инсайдик.
for
I'm
us.
sorry.
Music Man's too good for us.
As the best music in the game.
Не на 5. Поменьше.
Coming up
Oh boy,
next
elevator time.
will be our other kind of Freddy warping.
Всё-таки, RTA.
Pathfind Freddy warping. So the way that Freddy pathfinds
До
to us, we call him,
4:59, да,
like I said
кстати,
earlier,
да.
when he gets stuck on something
Так,
at a certain
давайте
time, he will teleport again to
мини-предиктус.
try to reach your
Поймать ли
location.
его карта
So we
здесь?
can actually abuse that and basically warp with Freddy. So we're getting inside Freddy while he teleports to try to find a better location to where he called him. And luckily, the animation of
вроде
going
нормально
into
всё.
Freddy does not count as controlling, so he can still teleport while we are getting inside of him. So we're gonna get Freddy stuck on the security bot with the invisible barrier. Get inside of him, and he just teleports to the elevator.
Жесть.
And that skips having us get the
Это какой-то,
pass to get
да,
past the
PogChamp.
security bot that was there.
Кип.
Another elevator. Wow. Five Nights at Elevator. I think that's the next one in the series.
Probably have some time for like 2 donations.
All right, I have a $30 donation from Hatchling. I'd love to stay up and donate this during the Omori run, but I start my new job
Лифты,
in the
конечно, в
morning, putting this
этой
towards poisoning
игре,
the
это
sous
да.
chef because I choked on my
Очень
popcorn
долго
the
на
first
них
time I
ездишь.
experienced that. They are, of course,
А,
referencing the poison the sous
игра
chef
все равно
incepted, which is
лагает
at
на транзите.
$770 out of
Что-то как-то
7,500.
странно, в общем,
If
это
meant,
работает.
Star Smiley will bake a really bad cake during the Omori run, leading to the unfortunate passing of the sous chef that tastes it. So thank you so much for your donation and going towards that incentive.
Еще парочку подарочков надо собрать.
So coming up next is a strange instance of another security breach moment. So there are a lot of out of order doors in this game, but they actually connect areas that you wouldn't think connect.
Oh no, it's this one.
So Freddy can open
А
these
потом
doors.
клип.
And so we get on this railing, got the boxes, and we'll door clip inside, and we are in
Как вам?
Vanny's hideout.
Оп, и локация прогрузилась, и все окей.
And
И
this is
еще один
usually
Princess
connected
Quest.
to Phaser Blaster, which is on the complete like other side of the map. And the Princess Quest arcade machines actually autosave, but since we're in this room early, this one doesn't activate at first, so we had to quit arcade, and that activates the room, and so it autosaves, and that.
А, да.
will
Тут
respawn.
в данже будет конвейерная лента
Security breach
какая-то,
moment.
по которой надо будет... Вот она.
And surprisingly, in the older patches, these conveyor belts actually made if your PC had
Тут уже,
too
да,
many
посложнее
frames,
чуть-чуть.
too much FPS, it was literally impossible because the faster your FPS, the faster the conveyor belts went. And luckily, in my computer, I'm able to skip the first sequence, but not the second one, so I have to do it regularly. So it's mainly this part right here. The conveyor belts are just too fast, and they just fling you off the map, and there's just no way to avoid it if your FPS was too high. But luckily, it is fixed now. And
By the way,
newer
yeah,
patches.
Cheek is on the floor. It's lore. Don't worry about it.
I'm a
No.
little worried about it.
That's good. You shouldn't be. not at all.
If you want more lore, you might recognize this area if you played
Вот,
previous.
чуть-чуть
Twin
назад
House games.
возвращаемся, скажем так. Нам нужно забрать
And
еще
it's the
один
Foxy Maze.
коллектабл.
More lore.
Lore. Guys, it's lore. It's lore.
В этом плане тут вот эта локация немножко
Foxy just kinda
постабильнее
there, but it's
играется.
lore, don't worry.
То есть, если в
Yeah, for some
прошлой
reason, you saw
локации
Foxy
мы
was just
могли
outside
чисто
the maze
случайно
and when you
умереть,
do the right
потому что там
step
много
first,
проджектайлов летает и
Foxy
просто
just
мобов,
decides
там
to
можно
do
реально
some
умереть,
maze
то тут
Oh, just ignore that.
Yeah, we're just gonna ignore this enemies.
ты особо не умираешь. Никак. Хотя вот он же вообще на Йолу играет,
You playing
жесть.
Princess Quest stresses me out so
Как
much.
же он вообще не щадит себя.
You're welcome.
Ну, это да, это было жестко.
So that is the Princess Quest ending. Whenever it decides to pop up.
А я вообще не в курсе, что там для концовок нужно,
So that
честно
is
говоря.
half of the endings.
Но вообще это нужно по квестам.
So coming up is probably
То
one of the
есть,
harder segments of the run. So Vanny ending.
ты,
there's a
я так
button here.
полагаю,
So we just turn around
по
and press the button,
определенным
and there's Vanny
квестлайнам
ending.
идешь.
What can I
Ой,
say?
тут
He's a genius.
сейчас будет очень...
So usually to reach this room, you
Очень
need to- this is
сложный
supposed to be a
прыжок.
secret area. So if you
Ну
choose
как,
to decommission
наверное, не
Chica,
очень сложно на самом деле, но
and you
если
go
ты
up
его
here to
лузнешь, то
the
будет
event after
неприятно.
this, Fazer Blaster minigame, you'll get this dialogue that's popping up right now. And that unlocks basically a secret ending.
Ну да,
when you
как обычно,
choose to.
обузим,
So usually when
и
you leave, it's either
нам
like
нужно
leave or
спрыгнуть.
stay, but if you do
Вон,
that,
видите, там
it'll pop up as
крыша
Vanny,
домика,
and that triggers a sequence to
синенькая.
get inside that hideout. Now, so we're just going to go through this room
О, кстати,
backwards, since we actually need the security
новая
for this
страта.
place.
Не знаю, почему раньше так не делали.
And we need to pick up the Fazer Blast to be able to leave, and this actually
Ну, это
spawns
получше
in our
выглядит,
hand
чем
flashlight for
прыжок
some reason.
какой-то веры непонятный. Да?
Security breach moment.
So we'll get flashlight for a couple of seconds, but it'll leave us fairly soon.
Thank you for your service, flashlight.
Вот, и следующая концовка. Как раз
I have some time for
Escape.
1 or 2 donations.
Sure thing, chat and crowd. I'm sorry for earlier for calling you chat and audience. I will need your help with this one. Ring the lore. It's lore. Ring the lore. Thank you.
Or
Ring the lore alarm. Thank you so much for your donation. I have $20 from Small Man. I'd like to buy a vowel. E. In fact, give me as many
Пока
E's as
едем,
my
пока
donation will
едем.
buy, and hopefully
Читают
chat will do
донаты.
the same. Can we start a E train and also audience? E. Thank you so much. I have $5 from Barney Goose. Much love to you, Ace, running the greatest category inbounds. GL, my brother in runs. Thank you for your donation.
No.
so usually we need the party pass to get inside of here, but we can just store clip outside of his invisible barrier.
No major skips is the best. Just want to say that. What? Sorry?
Ловко это он, конечно, security бота скипнул.
So we're actually we have some time for more donations. We just start doing a bunch of collectible hunting for the next few minutes.
Sounds good to me. I have $25 from Ian, Aria, and Kelly. Here's a $5 bill for each night at Freddy's. Button pushing hype. Thank you for your donation, and buttons are amazing. I have $25
Ну
from
тут на самом деле не все двери так
donating $5
скипаются.
for each
Ну
night at
так
Freddy's.
просто, я
I
имею
love
в
this
виду.
franchise so much. Thank you very much. That is $5 per night at Freddy's. I have $15 from Ollie. Gregory, do you see the small vent on the floor? Have you ever heard of Among Us, Gregory? You need to vent. I know it will be hard for you to be
Немножко,
sus, but I know
немножко
you can do it,
неприятный
Gregory.
скипос.
Thank you so much for your
That's
donation.
lore.
Let's hear it for lore.
So what I did there is I can just wedge jump on top of the pillar.
Не знаю, на
and
каком
just
движке
jump
игра
it up,
сделана.
that makes me inside the
Может, кто-то
complex
знает,
there.
может, кто-то в
Since the
курсе.
doors are still locked to security level 4.
Not only is Gregory a time travel master, he's also a physics master, apparently.
Yeah, I just jumped over that pizza counter as well.
And why do we need all these collectibles again?
Because yay, fire ending.
For the lore, that's right, guys. Fire escape lore. We love the lore of fire escapes. What are fire escapes, you know? Lore. It's all just lore in the end, you know? This is lore.
Unreal
He's lore,
Engine. Ну
I'm
вот,
lore,
да,
we're lore.
Golden Sun allure?
похожие где-то были механики.
Is it?
Is Golden Sun lore part of the lore?
Guys, remember
Я
that.
имею в
That'll
виду
be
про
important to
клаймб
the lore later.
в углу такой вот,
Remember the glam money figure? That'll be part
который
of the lore
сейчас
too.
был.
Remember the flashing floor. That's also important.
So we're actually to get so
Unreal
the
4,
elevator doors actually are
кстати,
not
да.
open. So we actually have to Freddy warp to the elevator.
Вот самый классный
You may
Unreal
think that
для
we can
спидрана
door clip from the other side, but not to the elevator.
это Unreal 3.5.
Opening
Вот
the
это,
elevator
да.
counts as like a deload of-
Такие игры хайповые для спидрана на Unreal
So we were
3.5.
soft walks
Mirror's
for a while,
Edge,
'cause we would always
Outlast.
need to get these passes to
Такие
pass bones
крутые.
Freddy warping sound,
Red
that way it
Orchestra.
opens.
Ладно, Red Orchestra
Freddy
плохая игра для спидрана.
Inbounds is. I respect you.
And actually, in newer patches in 1.05, they patched the door clipping, so Freddy warping is the only thing you do around to get around the map. And also another security breach moment, this wall has no collision.
Сейвы делаем.
And I got soft locked on the
Неплохо. Что это было?
It's lore, guys. It's okay. And this is why you save.
This is why we save, because the last autosave would have been Princess Quest 3 arcade machine. Let's try it again. There we go. So I'm gonna be very careful with not triggering any animatronics, because Monty can still be a
Интересный
challenge
клип.
in this area,
Я не знаю, честно говоря, как он
which we do not
работает.
want to deal with.
You are so
Ну,
close
это
to
что-то
death.
новая какая-то фигня. Я
With
не
this
видел
security
такого.
monster's blind.
Now we get this annoying
Пепперклип, как
alarm for the lore.
называют такие
So if
штуки.
it's annoying now, it'll be very annoying later.
I hope you guys like alarms too.
Also, you can play golf in that arcade machine. It's probably my favorite out of all the arcade machines.
The golf literally has lore too. Like, I'm not just saying that. The golf has lore.
Вообще где-то сейчас он уже должен выйти на улицу.
Wonderful. I have $50 from Emmy. Shout out to the Comfy Horror speedruns. Thank you to the runners,
У нас
commentators,
57.
especially GDQ staff, for making the event and the horror
Так,
block
а
awesome.
стимейт час
Thank you
20.
for making the block awesome. I have $5 from Anonymous. Gregory, we must donate 5 Fazbucks in order to escape the Pizzaplex. Thank you for your donation, and of course, I'm very excited to hear more lore.
Or
Thank you.
we have time for a few more collectible hunting again.
Sure thing. I have $5 from Ace Burrito. Here's to an awesome horror block so far and a happy B-Day to our host, Nicole. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have $5 from Afton. I always come back. Let me out.
Four?
Isn't it bedtime for you, Peepaw?
More. Thank you. Thank you. $100 from Mikoshi Myers. No comment, but thank you so much for that. And again, as a reminder, we are at $790 out of $7,500 to poison the sous chef. Who doesn't want to? Okay, well, who doesn't? I'm in too deep. Who doesn't want to poison the sous chef? Let's go.
So, fun fact, in the first areas that we're supposed to visit the game, this is one of them. And so the trigger, there's actually a trigger right here that just decommissions Freddy to be able to not use him. So once we go past there, we actually cannot enter Freddy anymore because they just left the trigger in the game.
Прогрузочки,
Until you complete the
прогрузочки.
mission, which
Блин, неужели
if it's too late, you
Неужели
can never complete it.
комп у ГДК вообще жестко вытягивает эту игру? Ой, карте попался.
We are on our way to the
А, не карте, а
Counter
этому
Ending.
обычному боту патрульному.
We have 2 more collectibles to collect, and hopefully I did not forget one of them. It would be very bad.
Plushies for fire escape. That makes sense. A lot of sense. Security breach moment, I think.
Awesome.
You're right, Lord, yeah.
Вообще у Unreal, да, какая-то проблема, честно говоря. С транзитами в локации. Ну, это, наверное, проблема оптимизации именно разработчиков. Хотя я не уверен. И мы получили концовку, получается.
It took a very long time to really determine what was needed for this ending, and people still think it's the golden plushies or it's something completely different.
Вот, выбираем лифт и все. Грузимся обратно на сейф, который сделали.
We have one more ending to go.
What do you do with the plushies? Do you like just throw them out the door? Is that how that works? Where do they go?
Also, usually you're supposed to do this 3-minute sequence, like the original FNAF game, where you just look at the cameras and close the doors. But since we have
Подняли security level 5.
we can just leave. But this puts the game in a weird state. The game doesn't like having to
Трехчасовой ран на море, реально. Процесс. Ну ничего, на Outlast'е разгоним кровь.
And also Gigamonty is chasing us, but he can't leave that area, so we don't have to worry about it.
You what now?
Вообще из-за того, что он по новому рауту подобрал security level такой, ему некоторые скипы не надо делать. Я вот что заметил.
Alarm really kills the mood. Lord, you're right. You're right. It's
Did one of you just say alarm? Did one of you really just say alarm?
Come on, guys, you're better
Так
than
ты
that.
посмотри спидран, просто попроси, чтобы никто не спойлерил.
So as I said earlier, with the game doesn't like you doing 2 sequences, we actually cannot do the 6 security card packs, because once we get it, we're actually locked inside that room. And for another security breach moment, going to the ending door just
модератор в чате есть, если кто-то спойлерить будет, то все сразу бэмц по голове.
This is the best sequence. You guys like pizza? You guys like lore? It's pizza bot lore time.
We're going to make a pizza. For every who yelled pizza at the
Lore,
beginning.
it's a lore pizza, guys. It's a lore pizza. It's the lore pizza.
And just for the fun, I'm going to turn on voice volume because this
volume
has the best voice volumes in the game.
supreme
Чтобы
upgrade?
слышать надо, видимо.
You are now in control of one of our highly qualified pizza-making staff bots. Follow the instructions on the left side.
Пицца-бот компьютер.
Force the bot to make your perfect mouth-watering
It is
pizza.
now time for some cheese. Yum.
How would you rate your experience?
Ой, сейчас тут вроде как на нас нападение будет.
Now, let's get started.
How would you rate your experience from 1 to lore?
Now I need some help with the crowd. I can skip not meat. Now who thinks I should skip it and who thinks I should not skip it?
Now it is time for the not meat stuff.
Вообще, на самом деле, я что-то вообще не понял, как он пропустил огромное количество контента. Он сейчас
It's the lore meat, guys. It's the lore meat. We're gonna bake the lore
почти в
meat,
самом конце.
and it's gonna be lore.
Now if you played this game before, you know Chica's best
Pizza.
dialogue is coming
А
up.
вот, кстати, и пицца.
So when
Не зря
Chica tackles the pizza
это
boss,
заведение
feel free to yell
пицца
pizza
что-то
with
там
her.
называется. Аттракцион с пиццей.
I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then we're all gonna say pizza, okay?
Ой, сейчас будет этот страшилка. Не пугайтесь.
Pizza!
Your pizza has been delivered. How would you rate your service? Pick two that apply.
Pick
how
2,
was the
lore,
pizza,
lore.
everyone?
И...
So yeah, once again we're gonna skip that cutscene. And time in.
Это
once we hit
почти,
1
это
minute
почти
42.
конец. Вы готовы, чат?
Time.
Gregory.
Он успел. Тайм.
And
Жесть.
lore.
Нифига себе, новый раунд жесткий вообще.
Guys, it's the lore. That was all along.
Как же он
It's
успел,
the true
нереально.
lore. It's Mapbot. He's back. It was
Yeah,
the
what's
answer all
lore without
along.
Mapbot?
Вторая половина
Let's hear it
вообще
from Matt.
неплохо пошла. Очень неплохо. Это
Let's
ВР?
hear it for
Я
Papa.
пропустил, что сказали. Это ВР?
Let's hear it for Murder Child.
Yeah, that is all endings. Thank you everyone for getting this bonus game through. It's been really fun here. Shout out to all of the mods in the community and the community. itself.
Фредди
It's been really
Крюгер.
fun. This is a really fun game to check out.
Уф.
It's very broken, out of bounds. Is even
It's
like
$40.
there's so much in this game that this doesn't even scratch the surface for what's possible.
Ой, да.
And thank you again for being commentating here.
А,
And
да.
shout out to the
Inbounds
security breach me running Discord.
1.11. ПРТА. Но
He's alive!
вопрос по ИГТ